Oh, you got it. Okay.
Hello everyone. Hello. We are the Korean team. So our question was how to actualize Korean dream. So I'll introduce all the members. I'm Sunny from Korea. This is Ami, Edith from America, and Arif from Indonesia, and Vishma, Norman, and Binti from Mongolia, and Rumit from India. So I'll give the mic to Ami first.
Here's going to be kind of like our outline. I know it's hard to read, but we're going to go over it. But first, we were thinking a lot about like what does it mean to actualize this program, and what does it mean to like bring this into fruition. And so other words that we came up with to easier or more easily kind of describe what it means to actualize is how to make it relevant and how to localize the program and the Korean dream. And by the program I mean GPC. But yeah, we were asking a lot of questions, going back and forth about like how to reach people's hearts and how to keep people engaged, and that is to make it localized, to make it relevant. And an example of that is we heard from a lady from Iran, I think yesterday, during the graduation ceremony for the Korean Dream Crew, who gave a really great example of this and helped kind of put things into perspective. And basically, to summarize that, she was talking about how she already cared about the Korean dream. She already cared about the Korean dream when she came into this project, but she left the project like caring so much more about it because she had this realization of how the Korean dream is involved in her own country of Iran, and where she was describing her community as using this example of like, oh, you don't want to end up like North Korea, do you? And then she was like, oh, this is relevant in my country because we use it as an example and it's in our lives. And anyway, so this is, you know, we're to localize is to make it relevant in your cultures and to make that kind of connection. Our next point was after localizing, it's important to make it youth-led. So youth-led is because, I mean, youth is the future, right? And young people are all over the world, and they make up so much, or such a large part of the world, right? So it has to be youth-led, and youth from all different kinds of education and material.
Yeah, it's me, but I already have the microphone. So the next step in this would be actually creating the education material. So obviously you can't, if you're getting people from overseas to come to South Korea, you can't really just send them without knowing anything. So the next step for actualizing the program would be create generalized education material, so for anyone and everyone to use. So this is overall history on the conflict, overall history on the crisis, human rights abuses, and then actually contemporary knowledge and stuff like that about what's going on now, what's being done now in regards to the Korean dream. And then the next bit of the education material would be creating it for the localized communities. So it's not just overall, but if you're targeting, say, people in the US that you want to come here, you have to kind of localize that education to the US and explain it sort of in that sense, using examples from that area, as Chairman Moon did in his speeches. That really will bring people together and will actually make them interested in joining instead of just talking about why it's an important issue, why it's an important issue to you, and why you should be paying attention to it. And the next part about it, after you've done all of that, prepared everything, is to actually market it, to get it out to people, and then to get them realizing, oh, this is important. Maybe they're just going to be people that are just going to be interested in it from a secondary point of view, so just looking at the post, keeping up with it, sharing it. But the goal will be to get it primarily interested, so to get people actually to want to join the Peace Corps through this marketing. So you'll use different techniques on social media, media overall, and then in-person discussions and talks as well. I don't know if people remember, but his keynote speech the other day was very emotional, right? But then when you go and speak to people that were in that room, they had an even more like emotional tie to it. So while media is really good, first-person sort of events, so in GPF locations maybe is where you want to start, would really help kind of tie in the marketing itself. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, after listening about the localized, youth-led, and education material and marketing, so we are going to next step is mobilize. Okay. So in mobilize, the first step that we will have a clear messaging. So we will ensure people that they already have like a clear messaging on marketing is the first step for our mobilization. And the second, we will call to action. And in this case, we will encourage people to specific action, like because we are talking about the Korean dream and global peace corps. So we will call them call to action about the Korean dream for the mobilization. And the third one is the community building, and we will create like online groups or be the forums to talk about Korean dream. Since we are discussing about global peace corps, because we will want to make sure about the marketing session, so we will come to mobilization. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Next thing is engagement. There are a lot of activities we could do. So first thing is we could do rallies. So people like the rallies gonna attract people's attention, and they're like, what's like, people like, yeah, what's going on there? And it's a rally about Korean dream, and they're gonna know about Korean dream. As same as rallies, we can do paintings on the walls. And we could organize some competitions through the social media. Also, it could be like more specific in arts and literature. So we could do some competition of essays or short videos. People gonna search about Korean dream, and they can spread their thoughts and perspectives about the Korean dream. And also, we could do some small projects, and every country has some book clubs, and every university has book clubs. They could organize some discussion about Korean dream, and it could be international book clubs, and we can organize discussion about Korean dream, and we can do some physical models in university, or like organizations that promote Korean dream, so people can see that, oh, this organization or university can they're promoting Korean dreams and doing something to Korean dream.
I don't want to talk with the microphone. Okay. After all of these, I'll be talking recognition. So, of course, this Korean dream has to be known like by many people, and furthermore, like globally. Like for this, we need like ambassadors.
Yes.
Ambassadors at many places. For example, like at many countries, like each one countries, and then it'll be like spread at like in one country there'll be like many like states or provinces. It'll be like many more ambassadors in each states and provinces, and also like it will go like a spider web, like more and more going like that. And also it can be in school universities, like in schools there can be also some groups of people, and there would be some ambassadors of like that will spread the thing about Korean dream. Also it can be like in a community level, state and international level, what I just said, and this is actually like a branch structure. Like it will be like spread by many people to many, the ambassadors can even spread it to more other people. Because like if it's like only like if like only one place would like talk, spread information about Korean dream, it will be it won't reach to many people. So if it's like the many more people would spread the about Korean dream, the many more people would know about it. Okay, yes, like about this.
Alright. So let's do a very quick preview of all the things that we talked about, and then we'll come here. So first we have to localize that. Like if we don't understand the issue in our perspective, in our local communities, we won't be able to achieve it. We localized it. Let's say the next step is it has to be youth-led, because youth is right now, as I shared, is the power. Many people are looking up to youth-led initiatives. So we have localized, the youth is leading it. Now what? They need the material. they need the material to distribute, they need the material to read themselves so that they are in the right direction. So we have mobilized it, we have localized it, youth is leading, they have the material, now what? That material needs to go into the market, right? It needs to reach a lot of people. So that we do with the power of social media, AI, games and stuff like that. So okay, we've localized it. I'm going to repeat it as much as I can because I need you to remember it. We will localize it, it's youth-led, we have the education material and we have spread it. Now what? We need to mobilize people so that they can come together as a community, as a group, as thousands of people in one place, and they have to engage. The next step is engagement. How do they engage? They've talked about it. It can be school programs, projects, rallies, online discussions, panel discussions where we have panelists from both Korean experts and non-Korean experts who are working in the countries. So now, localized it, it is youth-led, we have the material, we have spread it, we have mobilized, we have engaged people. Now what? After that, we need the recognition, because if we keep working for a very long time, if we don't get the recognition, if we are not ambassadors, we're not getting certificates, we're not getting a little bit of motivation or incentives, we will stop at one point. And that's why recognition in any initiative is very important. This is what we are getting today, like in these 6 days, right? They've invited us here to recognize us people to be the global core peace ambassadors. Now, after recognition, a lot of people stops there. You have the certificate, okay, my project is done, but no. You have to showcase it as much as you can. If the Korean Dream Crew projects, we were not invited here, thanks Haley for inviting us for that. If we weren't invited, we would never know about this project. So it has to be showcased on the projects as much as possible. After that, it's very important that we do feedback sessions and experience throughout the world like a community, so that the challenges that we faced in our community, maybe they have been solved in other communities or other nations. So now, a lot of people still ends here, like they go beyond the recognition, but this still ends after sharing the feedbacks and experience. But it doesn't end here, it comes to
Honestly, it's really we need to continue doing without finishing something, and we don't need many people, and we need quality people who are useful to many people, and we need to develop social media.